is my epoch. So I know some of you are seeing this and wondering, it's like, okay, Tuck, you normally do the vertical feed. Why are you doing the horizontal feed? And part of the reason why I'm doing this is because this is about building the community. When I do the vertical feed, it goes through the shorts feed, and then we get a lot of people coming in, which kind of helps grow the channel. But a lot of people are just sifting through. They're looking for short form content. Those that are looking for an actual live stream that talks about specific topics and stuff like that. That's kind of what the horizontal is. So what's up, Kung Fu? Nice to see you. So, anyways, hopefully the wind does not knock over the what you might call it, because it is windy. It is pretty windy. All of a sudden, it's been pretty cool all day, and then all of a sudden it just decided to get really windy. But it is what it is. What's up, Platypus? Nice to see you. So, for those of you that want to see Sam, let me see. There is there is Sam. What's up, Occult? Nice to see you too, buddy. Okay, so I put out a video yesterday or day before, I don't remember. Thursday was the video I put out, and the Thursday video I talked about is what's up, Rails. I talked about is the do the homeless have civil rights, and what are they, a protected class? And I think a lot of people fail to realize that there is a big distinction between the civil rights and the constitutional rights. Constitutional rights are not civil rights. Civil rights are not constitutional rights. Okay, where the constitutional rights are rights that are outlined and are given to us by our Creator, such as the right to speak freely, the right to defend oneself, the right to not face double jeopardy, all these different things. These are rights endowed to us by our Creator. Now, post Civil War, what basically the Northern government, because it was the North that conquered the South, the Union decided that what it would do is it would create a Civil Rights Act of 1867. Well, that Civil Rights Act was in place until the Jim Crow laws under Woodrow Wilson. Once the Jim Crow laws came in there and abolished a lot of the Civil Rights Act of 1867, that's why in 1967, 100 years later, they had to reinstitute all of the provisions that were in the original the original Civil Rights Act of 1867. Now, civil rights are rights given to you by your government. They are not. They are benefits and privileges. They are not something that you as an individual are given by or endowed by your Creator, because our Creator does not discriminate against class or subclass, or are you part of the rainbow crowd, are you part of this crowd, are you part of that crowd, do you fit in this demographic? And so therefore, depending upon what demographic you go into, will kind of determine whether or not you get a special set of privileges that nobody else gets, or preferential treatment, which is something that nobody else gets. So again, those are rights given to you by your government. And so a lot of people are sitting there saying, well, the homeless have civil rights, but the truth is no. There are what's up, Cherokee? Yeah, by the way, I bought a half gram vape pen today. They actually had it on sale. It was normally like $40, but got it on sale for like $20. So if anyone's wanted to say something about that, because anyways. But long story short, when it comes to civil rights, the government does not give special rights based upon economic status. Does not give preferential treatment to you based upon economic status. Although you think that the homeless are a protected class, even recently, if you listen to some of the arguments that were made in the Grants Pass case, it was widely acknowledged that the homeless are not a protected class. They are, in some ways, if you're targeting a specific group of people, therefore you become protected, because it's a specific targeting of people. So let's say government policy wants to make sure that households that make less than $50,000 a year cannot have more than one child. So therefore, they create policy specifically directed at this income level off of these people. What's up, Feral Farm Girl? Based upon these, this specific. Um, Criteria. So therefore, a group is being targeted based upon their status. What's up, Invisible Man? A group is being targeted based upon their status. They're not being targeted. They're. It's not just something that applies to everybody. So in some provisions, you could say that, yeah, if you made laws that were directly targeted at homelessness, that would be therefore considered discrimination, or even better, it might be a civil rights violation. But there is, in general, the homeless do not have any type of civil rights outside of what the Civil Rights Act gives you, plus the 14th Amendment, which is due process. As a U.S. citizen, you are exciting goat herds times ahead for you, farm girl. Yeah. Speaking of, okay. I want to ask you guys a question. So I'm gonna show you here. All right. Um, I forget what she wants, or something like that. But I kind of want to nickname it Shit Stain, but she won't let me nickname it Shit Stain. But yeah, so I thought I would share that with you guys. Kind of funny. But when it comes to civil rights and stuff like that, you got to realize that the homeless don't have any type of rights. Yeah, my signal should be better now. It was because I went over there and I was behind. I lost line of sight. So it should be much better now, guys. Tell me if it's better or if I'm still having trouble. So it might be. Oh damn, missed the goats. Okay, rights depends on views of the political party in charge. No, you in rhetoric rails, yes. In rhetoric, yes, it is. But in reality, the application of the law, uh, it doesn't really. The political class can sit there and spin it however they want, but it's the judges that interpret it, and they have a strict line of interpretation. There is honestly, I have a lot of respect for judges. I have more respect for a judge than I will ever have for a lawyer. We shall draw an X. You'll have to stay standing in one spot for the live streams, pretty much. I mean, that's just gonna be the way it is, I guess, guys. But hey, just so you guys know, we are funded through. I'm funded through crowdfunding. So that means that you come on over. What's up, DFH? That means you come on over to Patreon and join one of my many memberships, or you, Athena, or you can join one of the memberships here, like the early access, which is like $3 a month. For $3 or $5 a month, that is a way to kind of help me achieve my goals. So why do you have more respect for a judge? Because a judge is a disinterested third party. In order to become a judge, not a magistrate, there's a difference. A judge has to not only be elected. Your judges are supposed to, but then the court, because they're operating under statutory law, actually appoints magistrates. That's why there was a big thing where judges were running out of the courtroom because they were being asked to provide their oath of office. Okay, because it's a big thing. They have an oath, and so therefore, if they're not upholding their oath, they can be stripped of their judgeship, and that's like stripping a samurai of their honor. You don't. There is a higher amount of reverence and decorum. Now you do have some bad apples. You're always going to have some bad apples. But in general, judges tend to be a lot more, they have a deeper understanding of the law because they have to be the referee and properly interpret the law, because the law is written at a level like 25 at a minimum. I think like 45 to 65 is where it is. Patreon, $8.50 a month, whenever money exchange rate Patreon does, it means I need 8 point. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, platypus. $5 is the lowest one that you can do. You don't have to do the 10. 5 works just as well, which I think in euros, or because the American dollar is kind of weak, you should be able to pay like $3.50 in euros for a $5 membership here in America. That's pretty sad. That we're disintegrating into a third world country. But when it comes to judges, yeah, they have a deeper understanding of the law, because in order for them to be able to judge on the law, they have to go back and look at so much more case law. Your average lawyer right now, they all they do is they're there. Everybody operates under their bond. Okay, so it's like a GC that goes and subs out everything and never actually does anything. A general contractor, for those of you that know construction, that's kind of the way a lawyer acts in the modern era. Is that they don't really do anything except for they go in there and use their bar number so that they can put forward the legal argument. But there is so many people behind them that do all the work that these lawyers don't really know what they're doing. It's not till you start becoming a judge and you have to really interpret the law, go look at case law, and understand the intent behind the law and its creation, because there are several maxims within the law, such as the intent is the soul of the instrument. So if the intent was nefarious, then the instrument will be nefarious. If the instrument was, if the intent was good, then the instrument shall be good, or at least interpreted as the intent was good. Now, what actually comes about is much different. But that's just the basic gist of it, is why I respect a judge more than I'll respect a lawyer, because a judge has a deeper understanding of the law. Wait, so yes, actually, interesting life. I am homeless. Well, I'm just getting housed. Okay, so I've been on the streets traveling for the last 2 years. Okay, and for the last 2 years, I've been building the YouTube channel, talking about the homeless issue, and just kind of building my influence. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, interesting life, and I think you've been here before. The thing about me is well, the thing about what's going on in modern times is that the people are being put out here for economics. From Arizona, it says yes. No, I'm in the United States. So, but just here's the thing, uh, homelessness. Um, well, homelessness. Well, the technical definition is that you're not on any lease or any land. Now that I got a tiny piece of land, even though it's an empty plot in the middle of nowhere. Yes, nomads do travel, and yes, but the thing is I'm settling down now. It's time for me to settle down and move to the next stage of building this channel. I've spent 2.5 years on this channel. 2 years of it has been being homeless, actually a little over 2 years now. And now I'm finally getting to a point where I can actually get some stability under me. I can actually move in the right direction. I've been playing the long game. I talk a lot about, hey, if you're going to become homeless, if you could see the writing on the wall, you need to build a plan. You got to build a plan. And my plan was a 3-year plan, and I am ahead of schedule. I am moving in a much better direction than I thought I was. Because, I mean, I thought it would take me 3 years just to get housed. But now, I mean, I know it's cheap land. It's like $150 a month. But it's something that is mine, that once I get it paid up to a certain amount, then I could start looking at putting in, we both up to homesteading phase, Tuck. Yes. Okay. So, I mean, homelessness is supposed to be a temporary thing. Homelessness is not supposed to be a permanent thing. The chronic homelessness is a failure of the system, which is something that I've experienced over the last 25 years. And that is a true failure of the system, because it has not provided the tools or given. I mean, it's not about money. It's about education. It's about understanding kind of how to set yourself up for something that fits your personality type. I have an independent personality type. No, she has she tried to jump over the fence. Or actually, she did jump over the fence to try and attack one of the goats yesterday or a day before, and yeah, that was not cool. So yeah, she's calming down, but not. She's still got some ways to go. But being out in the wild while we were hiking trails and stuff like that, that was her job, was to keep the rodents and the vermin away. So she has her primal instinct, and now I'm having to tell her that now you're housed, you can't have that instinct. You need to learn the difference. I mean, we want you to go after the rodents, don't go after the livestock. You should be a homeless hiker instead of a homeless person. it would help with views. Well, Garrett, I'm not hiking anymore. I'm settling down now. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna hike probably a little bit each year because I like being on trail. I really liked it, and there's some trails around here I want to go check out. I'm working. One of the things what we did, so we went into to the city where we just got the property at, and we sat at one of the little diners and had something to eat because I know kind of how little small towns work. There's those places where everybody goes and sits down to eat and stuff like that. And so if you just sit there long enough, somebody will come up to you and have a conversation. Well, we got to hear about volunteer firefighting and stuff like that. And so not only now that I'm in shape, but I'm in good condition, this might be something that I do. Not only, yeah, it's going to bring in money, but I'm not really doing it for the money. I'm doing it as a way to get involved in the community, because I think that part of what I want to teach is the next phase. Okay, so you've been homeless. You worked a long way, a long time to be able to get yourself from homeless to housed, because you followed a plan and played the long game because you knew that you wanted to set yourself up to never be homeless again. So now I've moved to that phase. So now just got housed. She already mentioned the feral factory of being indoors. Yes, but here's the thing though. We have as an opportunity now. I mean, I want to be the example, so that when I try and teach you guys this and say, hey, look, this is what you need to do if you want to kind of move and follow a similar path that I did. You're not gonna do the same thing. You're not going to do the same thing as me. You're going to do your own thing. No, I'm not moving to Alaska. You're going to do your own thing, but you should have some sort of outline of a plan. What are you going to do? How are you going to build yourself to set up to where nobody could ever take your home from you ever again? Because here's the thing: once you've been homeless, you're susceptible to be homeless all over again. Okay, so Arizona Trail, I've heard, is pretty cool. At least yeah. That's one thing. So yeah, I've heard about some stuff. Oh, hey, what's up, Joe? I just finally got another sober living, so I'm not homeless again. That's pretty good. Um, okay. Oh, okay. So you guys, okay. Anyways, so the thing is once you get into a community, my next step is to um my next step is to not necessarily become a land baron. I mean, I'm going to use the hi Tuck. This is Fred, Memphis, Tennessee. What's up, Fred? um this is something that I kind of want to do as myself, because when you move into a city, when you get into a city and you're like, okay, let me kind of get my tentacles in, you want to be involved in the community, so that you not only acts as protection, but you also have you can use it as a way to be able to peddle your influence to make sure that you protect your best interest. And so therefore you'll have if you involve yourself correctly within the community and become a help and part of the community, like be a positive asset, so that when something comes that is going to do harm to your way of living, that those people, out of adoration and respect for you because of the amount of work that you've done within the community, will kind of step in and step around you and kind of help you push back. And there may be times where you're going to need to do that, especially if you're going against the grain like a lot of people do. And so this is kind of some of the things that I'm thinking, and I want to try and do. So I found out that about the volunteer firefighting. I also found out about one other place that has all the community involvement. Like if I want to get involved with the community and kind of see what kind of work and help that we can do, because it's a poor area, and because it being a poor area, that means that there's going to be a lot of people that are in a similar situation as us, that we could kind of help them and network with them to kind of make it a lot easier, a lot more palatable living. So but anyways, that's just kind of my overall idea of kind of what we're looking to do in there, and kind of the plan of kind of how I'm going to move from being homeless into house, and kind of some of the content that I'm going to share, because I think that it's important, especially if you're a prepper, to be involved in your community. The more involved you are in your community, the more protected you are, because the more the better known you are, especially if it's a positive a positive vibe, a positive your people view you positively, then at that point in time, you're moving in the right direction to not only protect your own interests, but to be able to help shape and influence the community. Because as a prepper, you have the ability to kind of help get your community prepared by using your influence, by all the proper deeds that you're doing within your community. So I mean, this is something that regardless of whether you want to help the homeless community, whether you want to protect your own interests as a prepper, if you want to make sure and protect your community as a prepper, stuff like that. What's up, Fred? Mutual aid in the community. Yes, that's the way it used to be before the government took over everything, and all the liberals said, well, there's a government program for that, why don't you just go sign up for that? It used to be that the community took care of the community. So it's important that you get yourself involved in your small town communities, so that you can reestablish that. Because is the cold spell ending soon? No, it's warmed up. We got another cold spell coming probably by the middle of next week, is what we're looking at. But just when you're looking at all this, you kind of got to take it from that perspective. Is we got to go back to our roots. And thought of Arizona and Florida get somewhat chilly. Well, we're at 6,000 feet, and this is a high desert, and deserts are pretty cold during the winter, just because of the wind and just kind of how dry it is and everything. So. But anyways, hey, if any of you guys have any questions, make sure that you put them in all caps. I'm just kind of reading them as they come along, but because I've got it in this view versus my normal view, it is giving me they disappear. So inhaling. Oh wow, I'm glad I'm not in Idaho, but so make sure you put your questions to me in all caps. If you want to move to the head of the line or whatever, do a super chat with your question there. I am supported through crowdfunding as far as my memberships. You can do $5 American for $5 American for the Patreon side, and $3 for the YouTube side. Either one works. Will you have to carry both properties for months until paid the land off more? No, we're not carrying this. We're not staying here. Part of the reason why we moved, why we're doing what we're doing, is because the landlord is so nuts, because she's constantly coming over and trying to snoop, and she hasn't even given us the keys. Like, we can't even secure we can't even secure our dwelling. And so this lady wants to collect money from us, and then anybody can walk into our place, because we have no yeah, we got no way to protect our stuff. The lady's constantly snooping. She's constantly in our face, up our ass about something. So she pushed us in this direction. I would have rather stayed here, because I would rather at least have something over my head for the winter. But this lady is so volatile, and she's like, she works against her own best interest. And so yeah, that's why we're going out of this. So this is a rental. We're renting, or Feral Farm Girl. This is where she was renting, but the landlord here was just kind of gone nuts. So I was looking at going out to look to purchase land when spring came, but because of the situation and just finding a good connection on Craigslist. Thanks, Cole, very much. I'm doing pretty well. We got a lot of stress on us. I'm excited, though. I own my first piece of property. I'm really excited about that. So, but yeah, I just things have been going really good as far as like moving in the right direction. But the thing is I got a good connection, and I was able to make things go, make things go um, a lot quicker, and it's gonna be smooth. But necessity is the mother of all invention. Yes, that's essentially what's going on. Is we got put in a necessary. Oh, you getting ready to milk the goats? Oh, okay. You just getting set up for it? Oh, okay. So, um, but yeah, the goats really producing a lot of milk. It isn't that bad actually. It tastes almost. Um, well, yes. The official is in love with playing darts. Hey, did you try that physics? Did you try that physics? Which we call it? The physics methodology I was telling you about. So, Moonchild, they have found quiet remote land. Yeah. So yeah, I get yeah, Invisible Man. The answer to your question. Okay, so there was, um, uh, uh, yeah. Um, Okay, let's see. Oregon and Washington got hit earlier this week with storms. Lots of people without power. Well, we're further south, which is kind of nice. So, I haven't seen you with a toke and a coke in a while. Um, well, hold on a second. Let me, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So this is what I got. This is what they have. This is like a half gram though. It was like $22. So, but, anyways, yeah, so I do, I just don't do it on camera because, YouTube doesn't like it, kind of goes against my monetization, stuff like that. So, wait, wait, is everybody's girlfriend for real? I want a girlfriend. Yeah, that's one way to put it. But, I was kind of trying to, yes, goats are interesting. These are not aggressive like the goats that I'm used to. So, um, vaping. Yeah, well, this is the THC vape. Yes. So I also never thought homeless date or hookup. You know what they do? It's rare. What's up, Sex Side 420? Yeah, homeless do date. Okay, but the thing is the girl actually initiates a lot of that. Like a guy, she'll show interest in a guy sits back, they talk, they get a connection, they see, can I hang out with you 24/7 a day without like being annoyed by you? And if you can do that, then you just keep going along, and yeah, it becomes something like that. But this was kind of it was just kind of how things developed. We were just talking about just being friends, but things kind of developed a different way. So, and yeah, it's all good. So I'm gonna leave that one alone because I really don't. I want to keep. You guys may know just because you guys are my regulars and stuff, but I kind of want to keep it under wraps as much as possible. One, because I don't want to deal with all the drama around it. When hit 140, wow, nice. So, you know, so anyways, but yeah, that's the easiest answer to put. But yeah, I'm trying to keep certain parts of my life as private as I possibly can, while still being open and sharing with you guys. Yeah, this one, I don't know. I think this is Louis the 13th. So for those of you that are curious, but anyways, and I know. Plus, I also have my regular vape as well. So I gotta start buying these online though. I can't find them anywhere around here. They're like $25. But honestly, it like when I run out and I forget to vape, I start all of a sudden getting like Nick fits, and I'm like, holy crap, I need to smoke. And so I'm lucky I have this, just because But the thing is sometimes I forget, and it takes me a minute to reset myself after going through like huge cravings and stuff. I'm here for navigating empire building. You know what? Hey, Platypus, you and me both. I want to teach you guys how to build an evil empire. I mean, that way we can all be our local villains. So, Blue res. I think that was the flower because I got flower, which was blue res. That was like 20. So 25 and eighth is about the least expensive I can get there. And then they had 40% off of this vape. So I went with this. So I yeah. So but Farm Girl is so happy that you have a second person to help you haul heavy shit around. Yeah, hey, there's something to being a mule. All good. I just wasn't thinking people being people, but thinking it's about survival 24/7. Like, so, um, you get 20 for 20 euros. That's not bad. 20 grams for 20 euros. That's pretty damn good. Well, yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Garm. I mean, humans are humans, and people desire companionship. And if you, the thing is women, at least out here, women are the ones that initiate. Because the thing is she's looking for a guy that is going to give her safety, security, stability, that's moving in the right direction. And she wants to be the wind behind his sails. That's kind of like when you date out here, the relationships usually go really long term if because there's they it's built much differently. So like our grandparents used to date a lot like how the homeless date. Okay, they just kind of met. They started talking to each other. They figured they could get along. They figured that they could coexist together, and so therefore they built a relationship off of that. And in a lot of ways, that's kind of the way it is in the homeless realm as well. It's very archaic like that. So a girl isn't just going to gravitate towards some guy that's just some crap. So let's see. Stick to your self talk. Yes. But anyways. I'm gonna have to order these special order because I can't seem to find these anywhere. But I don't know how long this thing's gonna last. I don't know how to tell how full it is and like how long I have. So I got me a backup in case this one goes out between now and the next time I got money coming in. But anyways, guys, if you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in all caps. What else? So right now we are slow moving. We don't technically have to be out of here until the 9th. And so I don't want to rush everything because we want to be able to move over there and set up meticulously and not leave a huge a huge footprint where we're really visible. Because a lot of people, even though keep your private life private, it's good for your sanity. All good. On this end, I share very little with other people. Yeah, Rails, but sometimes when you talk about your life, you talk about all the people that are in it, and sometimes things, you can build a decent place out of pallets. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to make an eyesore. I know that we could do a lot of different things, and we could but the thing is we don't. I could very easily. So in the contract, if the property owner, so we're buying it, they're gonna hold on to it until we pay it off. Once we pay it off, then it gets transferred into my name. Okay, but and that's the agreement, and it works the same way, kind of when you buy anything, anyways, from a bank. So you have that happening. And so if they get any fine because we broke an ordinance or we're being an eyesore or there's complaints against us and stuff like that, I could lose not only the property but all the money that I put into the property, and it would be considered the same as a default. So I don't want to push the envelope. The lady's being very kind to us, and she's let us know as long as there's nothing permanent. But also we got to realize that we got to stick within the ordinances and kind of keep a low profile. So building some things that are big and extravagant. Now for the livestock, we can do that because it's livestock. They don't want humans. They don't want to see the human imprint there. So by having the livestock there and stuff like that, and that also gives us the opportunity to say, we're doing security for the animals as well, because we got to keep an eye on them. But the property is zoned for livestock, and that was one of the big things that we liked. Hat trick. Okay, thank you, Cole. So 150 foot rolls of 50% beige shade cloth sheep, online free delivery equals huge screen walls. Yeah, well. I don't want to see a I don't want to see. I don't know. I I'm trying to keep as little footprint as possible. I'm not going to push my luck. What we're working on is getting not only funding so that somebody else may take over the note and give us permission to build on it, but then at that point in time we have to come up. So I've been doing some research on like what our next steps are. So once we pay off at least half the property to where we can start building on it, which is $4,000 is what half the property is because it's 8,000. Okay, so if we pay off the half of that, then do a runner, Jay. I don't know what you're talking about. Um, I don't understand that, Cole. What do you mean do a runner? But with the whatchamacallit, with the way that the contract is written. So once we get the half, then we got to come up with $800 to do a percolation test. That percolation test will tell us whether our septic system is going to be $15,000 or $50,000. Um, you know, Samantha, knock it off. Sam- Dog. Yeah, so as you see, Sam's going nuts because she wants to mess with it. That's why we have her. Hold on a second, guys. I need to go take care of Sam real quick. You understand me? Oh, you want a bite? I will take you. I will take your foot up there. Get back up there. Get back up there. Knock it off. Knock it off. Understand? Understand? Samantha, I just told you knock it off. So yeah, she keeps trying to bite at the animals. So, but yeah. Would you guys like to see a goat being milked? Do you mind? Okay. So I'm gonna kind of show a goat getting milked for those of you that are curious. Milkable by having the boy. The other three goats, they get pregnant, then they'll be able to do milk. And so this is kind of a eventually we want to get the thing to the where the property is to a point where the livestock produce enough revenue that it pays for itself. And this is why sheep are better than goats. Um, I have many tents. Okay. Shouldn't you perk test it before that dough? You know what? At this point, there's other alternatives that we do, and we may not put in a septic tent. It was actually, if you read over the one conversation we're talking about compost. Samantha Marie, not. Um, it's we talked about that's something that's being talked about over there. That's something that we're gonna look into. But concern is like, am I gonna have to go through the EPA? We're thinking about doing something like what I saw on the um, on the AT where they have the compost ones. Maybe composting toilets meet code nowadays. Yeah, as long, but yeah, because the thing is, what they don't want us to do is to contaminate the ground because there's a really large aquifer, and that aquifer, it supplies wells to people. Now we have tried. Hold on a second, I gotta go take care of this. You. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Okay. Nicole, I try that with her, but she doesn't get it. But yeah, I try that. So let's see. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? The goat milk, that's what I have with my cereal. And okay. So, but the thing is we may end up doing composting. Here's the thing. Because of what's being suggested and kind of the impact and things that we're wanting to make, um, I may be end up doing is I'll be able to put it into a place where I can at least house a few of the homeless that are able to like have like work from home jobs, such as like if they're doing online gigs or if they're doing something like that, to where they can actually have a way to be static, focus on their work without having to worry about constantly looking for a place or applying for this program or that program. It's just we want to be able to start getting properties throughout the country to do something like this. And I know there's a few. You have a good evening as well. Thank you for being here. Milk sour taste. No, it tastes just like cow milk. It does get a little kind of. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. Let's see. Yeah, because because all of a sudden, it's like, hey, let's hating from these guys. So our are to to get over there, get set up. We're gonna start doing live streams kind of more towards the morning, the middle part of the day. No, this is the idiocracy of the cell phone towers down here. They'll only let you hold a signal for so long before then they cut you off, and so it's like. I mean, there's no such thing as a stable signal out here, and that's what's really kind of pissing me off because it's like, oh yeah, you'll get plenty of throughput until all of a sudden just the cell tower just goes kaput. So, do you know how to milk the goats? No, she's supposed to be teaching me how to milk the goats because I've never milked goats before. I've never milked cows before. I grew up a few years of my childhood on a farm, but I was a child. I didn't get to do any of that stuff. So this will be my first time getting to do this, and I get to learn. And I've got somebody that's actually going to teach me. And some of it because that's what she's been doing for years, and so therefore I get to learn how to be able to run something like this. Bounces you to another tower, something like that. I don't know. There's just some crap going on. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna start doing an earlier live stream in the day, and then I may either I'm gonna do an earlier live stream or I'm going to just do two live streams. I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to make sure that I have time to be able to show you guys what we're kind of doing. And by about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we're stopping because I got to prepare for the live stream. Got to get dinner stuff, all that stuff for this epic new character arc. Whole new world for you now, Tuck. Yes. Yeah, it is definitely a plot twist. So if you guys want to invest, if you guys want to be part of the journey, you should look at getting a membership over on Patreon or YouTube or leaving something down in the tip jar because when we make our once a month payment, any extra money that we can bring in, because we want to pay off this property as early as possible. Because once we start building on it, we can start doing our part as far as as making an impact and inviting specific homeless out to have a place to stay and get back up on their feet. And we build on the property, which means we have to meet certain criteria. So this is our future goals, but this is kind of what we're going to be working on. But anyway, guys, you're not at the channel. Do you guys have a wood stove? No, we do not. We're using propane. No, I'm not investing in crypto because I think crypto is going to go belly here very soon, and those having it are going to regret having it. We both have a big week. Okay. I love it. I bought sheep. You bought land. We both have a big week. Yes. All right, guys. So keep posted. I will see you guys Monday. You guys take Sundays off, so I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you for being here. And again.